Call in by clicking the link in the stream's description. The professor wants to hear from you.
Beginnings on the cusp. Not too old to adjust. Old dog, new tricks. Remember, I was just a pup. Something dirty in my cup. Clean soul, good car.
Isn't it lovely? I ain't looking back and focus on what's in front of me. Everybody dates a number, but I'm still here luckily. I know that God got me, so I'm in good company. Isn't it lovely?
What's going on, people? Thank you for joining me today. I am Professor Bear, and this is the Bear's Thought. And today's, you know what? I'm not even going to mention my sponsor today because I think, and I do appreciate y'all. My mindset today, I don't want I don't want y'all catching no smoke. It's going to be one of those days, I think. This is going to be a totally different Bear's Thought than usual. Unfortunately, my guest is under the weather, so we're going to reschedule that. But I got to thinking about it, and I was like, I've got a lot on my mind, and why not let off on a good format and to be positive and to, just let my thoughts get out there. Thus, a Bear's Thought. So today, I'm going to be talking on a lot of different issues. That's a lot of different things that's going on in the wrestling world. Some good, some bad, and some just out and out stupid, in my opinion. But, we're going to dive right into it and have a little fun. I look at it as a little fun. So, with that being said, we're going to start with WWE and what's been going on with them. Of course, we have the WrestlePalooza that happened a few weeks ago, and you've had a lot of different opinions, mostly that they felt like it was an average pay-per-view, that for everything that WWE promoted for this to be, and for the first time ESPN has the ball with this, it was a pay-per-view. Truthfully, I didn't see the Cena and Brock match, which, to be truthful, I'm not upset about. I could have went back and watched it, but to me, it was like, what's the point? It was a standard Brock squash match. And depending on who you believe, it was a John Cena call. And it was changed the day of. Myself, I don't either. Let me go at it like this. Either way, it was going to be one of those things. I don't understand why Brock got the squash win. I think it would have been just better to let Cena get the final win against him and Brock. Um, but with that being said, I can understand why they went the way they did. Now, with that being said, um, John Cena and his final year has been a roller coaster of emotions. It's been at times very good, and then sometimes it was real silly. And then honestly, most of it has been a head scratcher because they have not had any consistency in the way that John was booked. Um, I think a lot of us were enjoying the heel run, but then they had no real follow up with The Rock, which you know, which is WWE's fault because they knew he wasn't going to be around to further the storyline. So why do it? Or you could have came up with a better creative stunt with it. Um, with that being said, am I okay with Cody winning the title back? Uh, yeah, I'm okay with it. Um, and I'm trying to be have a little more faith in what they're going to do with Cody. This quick squash of Drew, I think a lot of people are at the point of being sick of it. Why not let Drew get the title and run with it again? I mean, and we as fans, we always holler, you deserve it, you deserve it. Um, and I hate to use that cliche, but I do think Drew deserves it. He's been putting on great performances with everybody they have put him in the ring with. He has done great. Him and Becky Lynch Twitter game are vicious. Well, they can sell anything when it comes to Twitter. So um, I hope they have something a long-term plan for Drew, and hopefully he gets that number one spot again and shows why a lot of fans are into Drew. Now, quick side note, quick pivot. I did not point out all right, sorry about that. Been having technical difficulties all day today, and I don't know why, but apologies. The QR code is to thewrestlingsociety.com, and that's our website. Go check it out. Go sign up. We have a lot of different things on there that we think you will enjoy. You get to hear our podcast, all the different podcasts. Um, you can check out the wrestling app, which has all different type of wrestling content. We got cartoons, we got wrestling movies, we got documentaries, you name it, we got it. So check it out, and it's free. Guys, it is free. So please, please, please go and check it out, sign up, and tell your friends, tell your wrestling friends about this wonderful, wonderful website. And I'm telling you, it's amazing. Now, getting back to my talk of WWE. Um, so AJ Lee's came back, and I'm okay with it. It looks like they may end up pulling the special big card thing for AJ, where she'll appear at only certain shows and stuff, which, it is what it is. I'm not mad at it. I'm not happy with it. I'm just here for it. Let's talk about the double champ, uh, Mr. Guerrero, uh, Ray's son. or you know, um, uh, he's been doing a great job. I think putting, he's getting to the point where he's going to start putting asses in seats. I think Dom is really coming into his own. He's his wrestling ability is getting better and better. His selling is getting good. It's getting to the point where he doesn't need the Judgment Day, and I'm happy about that. That means he's progressing. What else going on in WWE? Oh, let's talk about AJ Styles and the rumor that he's about to call it quits. And the match at Saudi between him and John Cena, which John can't do any promotion for because he only has, I think, 5 more dates left. So it'll be AJ doing the grunt work, and if John does anything, it'll be on Twitter or whatever popular social media that he's using. Kind of, and it's funny because reminds you of the time where John had to do that with the Undertaker at WrestleMania. So what comes around goes around, I guess. um, let's talk about the women's division. Now, I have something specific in mind that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna save that for probably for the last thing. So if I get too hype or whatever, I can cut myself. But the Charlotte Alexa Bliss tag team was one of those teams that most people didn't think that they needed, and they're there. It's one of those again too, where you could easily say that Charlotte always has to have a title to be relevant. Um, I think one of those things again, you can do a lot with them. You can move them different brand. So I'm okay with it. Now, what I'm not okay with is we made the rant about we wanted mid card champions, and we finally got them. But what's the point of having the mid card titles if you don't do anything with them? I mean, look, no disrespect to Julia or Becky Lynch, but what have they did with the damn titles? Who's challenging for them? They're not like they're getting a lot of TV time. And if they are, let's put it like this: if they are, I easily miss it because I scan through the shows because it's not catching my interest. And I do see Julia has, and forgive me for not knowing the young lady's name, as her spokesperson. They're doing a little bit, but they could do some more better writing and put some more energy into it, because they only have 2 contenders for the U.S. title, And that's Mia Yim and her tag partner, on and off tag team partner. And where Zelina Vega went to? I mean, she just like disappeared. Um, and just like again on Raw, Becky's got the Intercontinental title, and who has she defended it against? Don't worry, I'll pause. Y'all can hit me up in the comments and tell me. But they're making the titles a joke, and it's almost to the point of let's just get rid of them. And I know, especially if my boy Tevin watched this, I know you cannot satisfy us wrestling fans. But hell, if you're not going to do anything with them, what's the point? But I digress. Now, I'm going to flip over to AEW. AEW's All Out was tremendous in my estimation. I loved it. They had some great matches, great build up, some real great surprises. With Beth Phoenix showing up, which we all should have known was going to happen, but we didn't. That was a nice surprise. The return of Pac, that was cool. And then we talk about they don't know how to build storylines. Well, look, Moxley and oh my goodness, and the young crazy guy. Excuse me for forgetting your name. Y'all have to remember too. I'm 52. My mind blinks in and out, so forgive me. But anyway, they did a great storyline, then built it up to this next pay-per-view match, and I like it. We can look at the Young Bucks. Whether you like them or don't like them, they have been doing some great work. The return of Jurassic Express is something great. It was a great pop that a lot of people didn't see coming. Now we can forget about the Kill Switch name, thank God. Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy are back, and they should cause some good waves. Man, let's talk about Ricochet. Ricochet has been doing a great job. Him in the Gates of Agony. I love that they got a group name. I was one of the ones that was shocked that the Hurt Syndicate lost, but it was the right call, and you let MVP take that pin, so it does nothing to hurt Shelton or Bobby. And I know everybody's kind of like, oh my God, Bobby needs to be in the world title picture. Bobby, they're wasting him. It's a slow build, guys. He will be there and it will be good. Just give him time. And let's talk about Shelton Benjamin. Man, I don't know if it's the camera work or what, but Shelton looks like he swallowed the old Shelton in WWE, and this massive freak of nature Shelton has came out. And you want to talk about just how to make amateur moves look devastating. We have not seen that since Kurt Angle. And I will argue with anybody that Shelton is not on his top tier and he needs a world title run. Just that, again, my humble opinion, but he needs a title run. Everything is coming together good, I think, AEW. But one of the biggest things is the women's division. AEW's been around, what, I think 6 years now, and they've had tremendous women wrestlers. But they didn't do a lot with them, and it was spotty at best. But man, this year, oh my goodness, they have been killing it. From and hey, and when I say AEW, I mean Ring of Honor too. Because if you do not give Athena her love and praise of being a beast, something's wrong with you. Now, I know a lot of people don't see Ring of Honor, but I make sure I go out my way when they have a pay-per-view to watch it, because that they put on one hell of a pay-per-view. And Athena has been killing it for the last 3 years, just rolling. But getting back to the other women, man, they're just going back and forth. It's just been a great build. And finally, they have enough women to do a tag team women's titles. Now, a lot of people like, oh my God, more titles for AEW. But again, when it comes to women wrestling, I feel like there's no such thing as too many titles, because you get to elevate and have the women's fight for different things besides the world championship. Because let's face it, if you couldn't be a world champion in a women's division, then you wasn't nothing else. So no disrespect to the women, but it was women. It was the world title of bust. I mean, that's what it was. So now you have these different levels, and I'm very glad to see that. And you can have women that are not ready to carry the world title be the TBS champion. They can be part of the tag team champion. They can help learn to build themselves up and do great things. So, I'm very good with that. Now we're going to switch again back to WWE and talk about their partnerships with TNA and AAA. I'm going to start off with AAA first, because AAA, WWE owns it. So that's one thing. TNA is a partnership. Now, what the problem I have with what WWE is doing with both of them is they're letting their wrestlers go over and win the other titles. For example, like the Mega Championship is held by Dom Mysterio, and again, I understand why. Just like the Garza, excuse me for not remembering your names either. The Garzas, they won the tag titles. Now they have lost them. But the problem I had with them winning it right off the bat was you do nothing with them on SmackDown. They're almost the jobber team on SmackDown. Every blue moon they catch a win, but not many times. Then you let them go to AAA, which their known AAA audience knows them, and you let them win the title. What does that do for the titles and for the teams that are going up against them? This is my humble opinion. That's why this is a Bears thought. But this is crazy when you let the lower card talent go and beat AAA for their titles. So you're saying that y'all okay, but y'all can't even beat our lower card talent. It bugs me. Then let's talk about TNA. TNA and in NXT. Why is NXT winning all of TNA's championships. Why? Hey, first thing, I am a big Trick Williams fan. Love what he's doing. Love he became a heel, and it has helped him tremendously. But you cannot keep letting TNA talent chase after NXT champions of their titles. It is demeaning to the titles again. Now, again, I've had this argument with a lot of different podcasters and friends, and I understand their point of view on it in WWE's. Well, we're trying to get them to mainstream and get more eyes on their product, and they don't know them. So having them who knows Trick Williams, that's gonna make them want to look at TNA. Yeah, no. It's not like their numbers have skyrocketed and they're trying to get them deals. I get that too. But you're just still making the other company feel so inferior. You're making the wrestlers look like jokes. Now, again, I understand the build because, hey, let's face it. If y'all hadn't noticed, it looks like they're going to really combine the two. That's what it looks like to me. It looks like NXT and TNA are going to combine. I don't know which name they're going to get rid of, but they're definitely going to combine them because you see all the titles, they're unifying them. They're letting be double champions and all that good jazz. So the only thing that makes sense to me is that they're going to combine the two. And if you do that, they automatically have two shows. And that will help I'm just going to say they're going to keep NXT. They're going to keep that name, and they automatically help to push them to a third brand that makes them look good next to Raw and SmackDown. But at the same time, you're hurting the TNA guys and girls there. You got a lot of ex WWE talent there. I don't see the overall picture of how you're making them look good. I just don't. And on top of that, you fired all these people, or y'all gonna hire all these. It's gonna play out. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I just think it's getting silly. And for all the people that talked about AEW did nothing for TNA, I would argue that WWE is not doing much for them besides taking their talent. I mean, everybody knows Joe Hendry is about to sign a contract with WWE. Jordan Grace has signed the contract and she's officially WWE. It's like they'll take their top talent and bring them over, and we're just going to keep the other ones in a holding pattern. So TNA, AEW can't get them. Again, that's just my take, guys. Now, I want to get back to something I heard. Now, first thing I'm going to say is I did not hear this myself. So I can't confirm that this could be somebody trolling. This could be somebody, whatever. But there was a comment supposedly made by Vince Russo about a SmackDown match, main event last week. And it was Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and shoot, I can't even remember her name. I apologize again. The case of the O's get you. But anyway, there was a few botches in the match. And from what I heard, because I didn't watch it again, I watch a lot of wrestling, and I'm just going to be real. On Fridays, is a lot time is my date night with my wife, and we decided not to watch wrestling. We were watching another show. So I didn't even see the match, and I probably will go back and watch it because of all the controversy. So there was a bunch of botches. Some blaming on Tiffany Stratton, some blaming on Nia Jax, and some blaming on Jade Cargill. I don't know who did what. And some blaming on the ref. Now, again, we all are wrestling fans. We all have opinions. But Mr. Russo apparently said about the referee. I want to make sure I get her name right. Oh, shoot. I had it on my other computer and I lost it. But he decided to say that she was DEI hire and they need to fire her. Now, couple of things, guys. If you know me, if you watch any of my stuff, I do not consider myself a racist person. I don't care what your race is, don't care what your skin color is. If you're wrestling and doing, or you're in wrestling and doing good things to help promote it, I'm 100% with you. The young lady happened to be black, and apparently he made that comment. Now, I do not like to mix religion and race into wrestling because it's already we're in a divisive sport. We can fight over everything else. AEW sucks. WWE sucks. We troll other companies, all that good stuff. So I really, really, really try not to pay stuff attention or let it bother me. Just because I don't say anything don't mean I don't hear it. And with him saying that, I don't know a couple of things. One, I don't know if he was joking. If he was joking, that was a dumbass joke. I don't know if he was trolling to try to get more people to watch his stuff. I don't know if he really feels that way. But I do know this. Russo has done a lot of things in this business, good or bad. Whether you like him or not, you can't deny his involvement in wrestling. But for him to let that come out of his mouth, he's a jackass. Now, I've ranted. I had my rants here and there, and I called him a racist. And more and more I think about it, he may not be a racist. I don't know, because I know some of the stuff he's done behind the scenes for black athletes. So, you know, when you're mad, you just start just letting stuff fly. So I had some time to think about it. I had some friends try to talk me off the ledge because I had planned on just going in on that man. But you know, I I thought about it, and that's his show. He can say whatever he wants to say. But I think that is so small minded. Um, he doesn't show any respect to the business. He's told all of us many a times before that everything is just is used. It doesn't mean anything. Titles don't mean anything, and everything else. Well, as an old school wrestling fan myself, it was a slap in the face, and it was more towards that young lady than myself, as I take it. And not necessarily that he got to do anything I say, but I think he should be a man and apologize to her for that comment. That was a lot of BS. I don't watch a show anyway. I'm not going to start. I was thinking about just, hey, try to get people to stop watching them and hurting them. You know, it's not even worth it. Um, One thing I have been saying here lately, because of how the world is crazy and people do things, um, I will say this: keep that same energy. Keep that same energy, Mr. Russo, because what goes around comes around. Um, it will, and I hope that somebody that this gets back to him, and I hope and pray that he has something to say about it. I'm a very easy person to find. You can reach out to me and we can have a conversation. You can say how you feel on your show. Hell, you can ignore me, and that your rights. But for a business that has helped keep you and your family in a very good lifestyle, you should be ashamed of yourself. I feel better getting that crap off my chest. But I'm gonna give some shout outs because I've been ranting and people have been hitting me up. Josh, I'm gonna put it up so y'all can see it too. Man, we're gonna do something together real soon, bro. So appreciate you. And yes, it is. Like I said, they just forgot about, and it's a shame. And I don't know at what point you're asking me this, but no, I don't think it's too many titles. It gives to me, again, this is my thoughts on the matter. Um, I grew up in a lot in the 80s, so titles were everywhere, but they were good to help build wrestlers, to help them learn how to carry championships. I don't think there's too many titles, but hey, what do I know? So he's asking me what's next with Darby. Excuse me, Darby Allen. Can't believe I forgot your name. Where I think it's going to go. Of course, they're going to have another match. Him and John Moxley at Wrestle. I think it's Wrestle Dream, and it's going to put Darby over. He's going to get the win, and I think it's going to be cool. And he's saying that, if I'm correct, that he wished they would change the designs of the women's tag team titles because they look too much like the men. I myself, I don't have a problem with it. I think it's pretty cool and everything. So my boy Joe Monroe, what's going on, Joe? I appreciate you. Hey, uh, thank you for watching. I am so trying to keep my profanity down because I do know I have younger viewers, and I'm trying my best because some of this has just really irritated me. But love you, and you continue doing what you do, my friend. Now, with that nastiness out of the way, and the referee's name is Daphne LaShawn. I apologize again. I love the work, and a personal message from me to you, Daphne. Do not let people tear you down. You continue to do what you do, and you do a great job, and everyone makes mistakes. There's not anyone in this wrestling business has not screwed up something. So we all have opinions. So don't even trip. Keep doing what you do. Now, I want to talk about the NWA. Now, for a lot of y'all that don't follow the NWA, I want to give the NWA a great big shout out. I mean, they have been doing some great things. And the president, Billy Corgan, man, I want to give you a big shout out because you have brought the NWA back name recognition. It means something again. I love how you're doing the different territory systems with the NWA. I love it. Here personally, here in East Tennessee, there's two NWA affiliates that I go to a lot. Love them. Feel like they're a promotional home for myself, even though I don't do anything but just enjoy the shows and cut up with the wrestlers and the fans. Those are Crossfire Promotion, Crossfire Wrestling, NWA Crossfire Wrestling. Let me get it right. And NWA Joe, oh my God, my brain, come on. And they're gonna kill me when they see me this weekend. I know they are, God, and I apologize. They are good. Joe Kazana, NWA Joe Kazana Promotions. Love you, Joe. Love your two sons. Please don't punch me. I've been working and I am sore, so it's not like it's going to take a lot for y'all to knock me down and hurt me. But those two promotions, they do such a great job. And like I said, Billy Corgan has brought back a part of my childhood and is doing so many great things with the NWA brand name. And I would encourage you, if you have not watched any of their stuff, watch it. I mean, they have a show that comes on at 6 o'clock. I believe it's 6 o'clock on Roku TV. So check it out. They have some great, and let me tell you about the world heavyweight champions. Like any world champions, you have your good ones and bad ones. But it is funny to me that WWE has two of the biggest celebrated NWA world champions in the modern times, which is Nick Aldis and the other GM of Raw. Again, me and names. They made the NWA title mean something. They took it back to the times of Ric Flair, Harley Race, Dusty Rhodes. They made the championship mean something. And I want to thank them for that. And I'm glad they're doing something in the WWE, but a lot more people need to know about your NWA history and you guys carrying the 10 pounds of gold, because again, y'all made it mean something again. The last thing I want to talk about is the NWA Crossfire Wrestling. They have a big event coming up, and this is their 20th show. It's a 2-night event called Black Harvest. And man, when I tell you they are going all out for this show, it's 2-night event. Besides having some just phenomenal indie wrestlers, they got some former WWE people that are going to be there, like Mr. Kennedy / Anderson. The heavyweight champion is Juventud Guerrero. Rich Swann is making his debut there. And of course, I couldn't mention anyone else without mentioning the Page sisters, Kenzie. Let me tell you a quick story, and I tell this so much because I just want you to know how much the Page family means to me, and for everything they done and do for me. They never ask anything of me, and they always are very nice and humble, and they always don't mind helping out. The first time I took my wife to an indie show was Crossfire Wrestling. And it was the first time, and this had to be, I want to say 2 years ago, maybe 3, something like that. We had just started doing the Wrestling Society podcast. So she was there. Brian Pillman Jr., Lexis King was there. And I had had one of our shirts on, and I walked up to her. She was standing there. And at the time, she was the NWA, one half of the NWA Women's Champion. And I was telling her about our little podcast. She was like, "Hey, do you want me to cut a promo for you?" I'm like, "Really?" She's like, "Yeah." So she took the time. Now, mind you, she runs that promotion with her father. They do a lot. But she took the time. Me and her walked outside. Well, it was in the hallway. And she cut a promo for me. And I've never forgot her for that. And I see her when I get a chance to go. I see her every now and then, and she cuts more promos for me. And man, I just love them, and I appreciate them for everything they do for the wrestling business, for everything that they do for the NWA brand, because she is the reigning world heavyweight women's champion, and she's been killing it. And I just want to thank her family. And if you're in the East Tennessee area, man, I'm telling you, go to Sevierville on Friday and Saturday, October the 3rd and 4th, to go see this show. It is going to be amazing. And make sure, if you get a chance to talk to them, tell them Professor Brad sent you and told you that they have missed out on some great wrestling and they're not going to miss it anymore. So thank you for just doing what y'all do. And before I end this, I want to thank all of y'all who have supported me. We're coming up in December. I would be doing this for a year. And I never thought I could do this on my own. I always feel like I'm a good tag team partner. I can bounce off of any co-host. I'm very good at that. But I always doubted myself as someone that could carry a podcast by itself. Do I make mistakes? Yes, I do. Every podcast, I'm blubbering something. But I've gotten to the point where I'm so comfortable. Most times I don't even get nervous anymore, guys and girls. I love what I do. It's been something that, as far back as I can remember as a kid, loving wrestling. Of course, I've had my dreams like a lot of y'all that, hey, I'm going to be a wrestler. Well, I couldn't do that. Well, I'm going to get in the wrestling business somehow. Well, unfortunately, depends how you look at it, I had a family and their needs became first way before mine. So I never thought I would be able to get into this business and do what I do. So I try to give back to the wrestling business every chance I get. And I look and think about how many people are out there, wrestlers, managers, promoters, commentary, valets, photographer, cameramen, promotional people, everybody who does something in wrestling. I think about y'all and I think, man, y'all do not get y'all flowers. Y'all just do flowers, because without you, then the big companies wouldn't be able to do what they do. Do not ever let anyone tell you that you do not matter in this wrestling business. I don't care if you wrestle in front of 2 people, 20, 200, 2,000, 100,000. It does not matter. You mean something to this business, with all your blood, sweat, and tears you put in for this business. You deserve your flowers. And as long as I have breath in my body, I am going to try to give different people a chance to get their name out here, to get what they do out here. There's so many good people in the independent scene that do not get a chance to tell their stories. And I'm so glad that I'm not just the only one, but one of many who have decided to try to give them a platform where you can help better your skills. And maybe you get to live out your dream. And maybe you can live out the dream for us because we weren't able to achieve it. But maybe you can, and maybe we can help you do that. Um, so I want to thank all the fans, all the people that support WSN, who support Professor Bear. And one more thing, again, I get the rambling, but it meant the world to me that people see what I do and are very appreciative of it. So much so, I got put into a Hall of Fame. I felt like I I felt like I wasn't deserving of that because there's so many people out here that do so much more and get out there. But then someone told me, well, actually, a few different wrestlers have told me that if it wasn't for me, some people wouldn't know them. And I helped shine a spotlight on independent wrestling. So I definitely appreciate it. And you probably heard it enough where you're sick of hearing it, but I'm going to keep saying it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to keep pushing and keep coming up with more things that I think you like. Make sure you comment. And, I don't mind um, getting being told that I could work on this, I could do better at that. If there's specific guests you want, give me some ideas. I mean, I'm so willing to have anyone on that is about wrestling. And you don't have to be just a wrestler. Like I've been trying to get referees, I've been trying to get valets, I've been getting announcers. I want the whole full spectrum of people that do things in the wrestling business so we will understand that yes, the wrestlers are important, but everybody else behind the scenes are just as important. So one more time, guys, thank you so much for taking your time to listen to a bear rant. Um, Again, thank WSN for giving me the opportunity. Thank my guy who one day I'm going to have a interview with. Yes, I'm going to make him do it. Brady, I'm talking to you. Me and you are going to get on and I'm going to interview you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to grow and to shine and to help push WSN to the next level because we got more things coming. And as you see, strolling at the bottom, we have a Patreon page. And it has exclusive things for you to sign up for. There's different tiers. And we're not doing this just for WSN. We are giving back. We're giving back to promotions that need help. We're giving back to wrestlers who find themselves in a hard time. We're giving it to charities. So we're trying to do so much more, but we're self-funded and we always can use help and very appreciative of help. So if you like what you see, if you like the app, if you like everything that we are doing, please sign up for the Patreon page and continue to support us. And we're growing. We got so much more coming, and I will be back tomorrow, back to my regular format of interviewing people and letting you know more about them and less about myself. So again, thank you so very much for tuning in. This is a Bear's Thought. I'm Professor Bear, and like I love to say, 2 paws up.